he said, like, what's the cause of this? It's just that if companies are headquartered in a location where the belief system is very far from what most people believe, then from their perspective, anything centrist is actually right wing, because they're so far left. They're so far from the center in San Francisco that anything they're just railed to maximum left. So that's why I think you're centrist. I mean I think I'm centrist, but from the perspective of someone on the far left, we look right wing.
Yeah.
They think anyone who's a Republican is basically like some fascist Nazi situation.
But what's so crazy is like it's very easy to demonstrate just from like Hillary's speeches from 2008 and Obama's speeches, like when they were talking about immigration, like they were as far right as Steve Bannon when it comes to immigration.
Yes.
Hillary was like very MAGA. I'm sure you've seen that campaign speech, which she was talking about if anybody's committed a crime, get rid of them. And if you're here, you pay a hefty fine and you have to wait in line. It was really crazy. It's crazy to listen to because it's like it's as MAGA as as Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen these videos people post online where they take like a speech from Obama or Hillary, and they'll interview people on like college campus or something and say, "What do you think of the speech by Trump?" And they're like, "Oh, I hate it. He's a racist bigot." I'm like, "Just kidding. That was Obama." No, actually, that was Obama or Hillary. To your point, like literally
the center's been moved so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. The left is
The left has gone so far left that they can't even see the center with a telescope.
And the danger without you purchasing Twitter was that was going to swipe over the whole country and change where the levels were.
Yeah.
And so what would be rational and normal would be far left of what was rational and normal just a decade earlier.
Yeah. So exactly. So historically, you'd have San Francisco, Berkeley being very far left, but the sort of the fallout from the somewhat nihilistic philosophy of San Francisco, Berkeley would be limited in geography to maybe like 10-mile radius, 20-mile radius, something like that. But San Francisco and Berkeley have to be co-located with Silicon Valley, with engineers who created information superweapons, and those information superweapons were then hijacked by far-left activists to pump far-left propaganda to everywhere on Earth. Like, you remember that like old RCA radio tower thing where it's like radio tower on Earth and it's just broadcasting?
Yeah.
That's what happened, is that an extremist far-left ideology happened to be co-located with the smartest engineers in the world, who created information superweapons that were not intended for this purpose, but were hijacked by the extreme activists who lived in the neighborhood. That's what happened. They hijacked the modern equivalent of the RCA radio tower and broadcast that philosophy everywhere on Earth.
Yeah, and you see the consequences, particularly in places that don't have free speech.
Yes.
Right? Like England.
Yeah, where they lock people up for memes and stuff. Literally. Yeah.
12,000 people this year.
12,000?
12,000. 12,000 arrests for social media posts.
I mean, yeah, some of these things you read about it, and it's like literally, it's someone had a meme on their phone that they didn't even send to anyone.
Right.
And they're like in prison for that.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a case in Germany where a woman got a longer sentence than the guy that raped her because of something she said on a group chat.
Wow. Was it an immigrant who raped her?
Yes.
Yeah. It was his culture.
Yeah.
He didn't know. He didn't know better.
Yes, I think she said something, not like was critical of his culture, and she got a longer sentence than the guy who raped her in Germany. Just
The UK, Europe,
and
Germany, England thing seems so insane.
It's totally insane. I actually didn't realize it was like such a huge number of people that got
12,000. Yeah, far above Russia, far above China,
right,
far above anywhere on Earth. UK is number one.
Well, I think.
Yeah, it's completely insane what's happening in Britain. You know, 12,000 is way too much. I mean, and that's just the beginning. This is 21st century. Everyone has a phone and everyone has memes on their phone. And they know what they're doing, the UK. They know what agenda they're trying to push. It's just absolutely wild that someplace like Britain can get turned around so quickly. And obviously, they don't have good leadership and they have an agenda. But there's just way too much stuff happening in Britain. And back to the whole beginning of this, when they were talking about the left basically teamed up with Silicon Valley and the top engineers in the world to propagandize their political message. And we saw that, we experienced that. I was banned on Twitter and YouTube multiple times. And yeah, Elon Musk buying Twitter at the time was exactly what we needed at the time. Because even right now, or X, I should say, X is like by far one of the most popular social media. It's where the public talks online. I think he calls it like the digital marketplace or something. But basically, Joe Rogan articulated that correctly, and Musk, where they said if Musk didn't buy Twitter, every single social media platform out there right now would have been completely controlled, and most of them are. But at least we have X that is popular and good, and there's just way less censorship now. I mean, which literally saved social media. I mean, let's be honest, we're in this age now. It's 2025. It is what it is. Most people get their info from social media alone. I mean, you don't have to turn on the TV to get the news these days. So that was a huge thing, and I think what Elon Musk was saying about the left being so far left is completely accurate. You have the left that went so far left that on the spectrum, if they look at someone who's a centrist or even just a regular conservative, to them they're far right, because they're way over there on the left and you're way over there on the right, even though you're really more center. So that's something to take in consideration, because a lot of these far leftist people, they literally see you as the far right, but they don't recognize that they're so far left that, over here on the right, it's just really more center. And, Republicans are more center than the left ever is right now. And that's just the reality. So the left, they've been saying this for years: far right, far right, far right. It's like they don't even realize that they're so far left that anyone, even, okay, I'll say this, like, the left is so far left that they will even look at liberal Democrats and say they're far right because they're so far left from their perspective. Just completely insanity, just not true. And it's not a majority of the population that's far left, but that percentage, that they're causing a lot of issues, and, they really believe that anyone who's not with them right now is far right. And of course they have other terms for that. But anyway, yeah, it's just important to put that in perspective. So if you're talking to someone who's leftist, just remember that in their mind, you're far right. So in their mind, if you're far right, then they think they can just win any conversation because they can just label you a Nazi, fascist, whatever. And in their mind, like, that's it, it's over. But they're so stupid, they don't even realize how far left they've gone. So crazy times we're living in. Crazy times.